going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a channel update for March 2nd, 2012. It's been a little while since I did a channel update. I got a lot of stuff that's kind of like lingering that I want to talk about and get some information out about it out there. And rather than me tweeting 100 tweets or whatever, I figured let's just put a video up. Everyone will see it, right? So, first of all, let's talk about some things that are going on right now. I just finished the Assassin's Creed Revelations DLC, The Lost, I keep forgetting what the hell it's called, The Lost something or other. And, yeah, it was interesting, it was fun, it was different because it was gameplay of the puzzles that Desmond had experienced when he was inside of the Animus rather than actual gameplay of Assassin's Creed, meaning you weren't one of the assassins running around a city or doing anything. Now, hold on, because I know someone might be going to say, well, Phil, you're wrong, because in that DLC you not only get that puzzle, you know, the puzzle gameplay, but also it unlocks in the normal game some abilities for Ezio, like it increases his capacity for certain things he carries, and it also opens up the Vlad the Impaler dungeon in the game. Well, the bottom line is, I already had the Vlad the Impaler dungeon. I forget if it was a pre-order bonus for pre-ordering with GameStop or because I bought the special edition or whatever it was, but I know I already had the Vlad the Impaler dungeon and I played through it in my Assassin's Creed Revelations playthrough. Therefore, it wasn't any additional content to me. I already had that. So, it is true, if you haven't played it yet, that it will unlock that if you buy the DLC. But primarily what it is, it's a DLC to tell the story of Clay, who's Subject 16, who's been stuck in the Animus, and you've learned all about him since Assassin's Creed 2, and it also fully explains the story of Lucy, who since the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was murdered by Desmond, and you have no idea why or what happened to her. Well, now you finally find out the full story. So, if you haven't checked it out already, check out that playthrough. Now, it is important to note that I did not do the final thing in the playthrough, because in order to finish it, what ends up happening, it's 7 levels, puzzle levels, and at the end of the 7th level, the game actually loops you back to the first part of the level, and so you go back to level 1. What you can do is you find all of the hidden items in all 7 of these levels. It unlocks a secret exit in stage 5 of 7, and then when you go through that secret exit, it literally doesn't even do an extra cutscene. It does one extra blip of text, which is an email from Clay to his father. It's cool, it's a cool ending, but it's really not necessary, in my opinion, for it to go back and try to find all those artifacts. I missed like maybe 4 or 5 out of the 20 total. I'm not going to spend an hour going back trying to find them all when, you know, it's one simple screen. So, if you want to see the secret ending to the DLC, check it out. Other people have done it on YouTube already, and it's really not worth it for me to spend all that time to do it, okay? Excuse me, I feel a burp coming in. Damn it, not went away. Don't you hate when that happens? Alright. And there it is again. Now, I had announced, first of all, I want to say I do announce things on Twitter from time to time, and things change. Like, for example, earlier in the week I thought that maybe today I was going to be playing more SSX. I changed my mind. I said I'm going to do some DLCs, maybe a channel update, maybe another special video. And so understand that when I say things on Twitter, sure, it's informational, it's cool because you'll know what's coming up, but it's not set in stone. Plans change. And today I woke up, there's some stuff going on, I changed my mind, I said I feel like doing something else, and so I didn't play SSX today, and I announced that on Twitter. And then some people angrily replied, oh, but you said you were going to play SSX. Listen, chill out. It's not that I'm never playing SSX again, it's just I rearranged the schedule. Things happen. That's life, okay? I understand some of you are disappointed, but things are going to change from time to time and shift around. And I apologize for that, but it happens, and it happened today. So in particular, a change that I want to announce, I said that I was going to do the Final Fantasy 13 2 DLC for Saz. Okay, there's supposed to be a DLC involving Saz, and everyone's saying, oh, you should do it, you know, it sounds interesting. Come to find out, and I just found this out from a couple of fans who messaged me, the DLC has no actual gameplay. All the DLC is you play as Saz, and you're doing card games, in the mini games in the casino, and once you beat enough of them, Saz becomes unlocked as a monster, because remember, in Final Fantasy 13 2, the way it works is, it's your 2 party members and a controllable monster that is on your party. Well, Saz becomes the 3rd person. And that's it. Like, it doesn't add anything to the story, it doesn't add any gameplay at all, there's no combat gameplay, nothing. It's just you playing cards. So what the fuck? Why would I do that? You know, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So thank you to the fans who messaged me and told me that. Because of that, I'm not going to be doing it. I think that'd be a waste of everyone's time to videotape me playing some fucking shitty card game at the casino in Final Fantasy 13 too. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? Oh, that's right, they were thinking shameless cash in, try to make money for absolutely no effort. So anyway, I'm not doing that, okay? It's done. I'm not going to be doing that DLC. Now, for SSX, let me give you some of my honest opinions about SSX. Honestly, being very honest, I don't think it's my cup of tea. I think SSX is the kind of game that there's a certain kind of gamer that would love that game and would replay it, and I'm going to get every trick, I'm going to try to get maximum high scores, I'm going to compete with the people online and try to get the highest score, or you know, certain stage, get the quickest time run or whatever. For me, I don't know, that kind of game has never really in particular appealed to me. And it is important for me to branch out and to try new kinds of games. You know, all the games that I tried last year between Madden, FIFA, NBA 2K12, Disgaea, which was a kind of game that I had never played before. You know, so many different, Catherine as well. So many different styles of games that I've tried that I actually enjoyed. It's not going to happen with every single one, and this is one in particular that really, it's not my cup of tea. It's not really striking a chord with me. Now, I do want to play a little bit more of it. As you know, there is a World Tour mode where you unlock 9 mountains, and you have to beat 9 challenging mountains to complete this mode. I've beaten 4 out of them. I am definitely going to play the game again. More than likely, it'll either be Sunday or Monday, and, you know, I'm going to try it. Now, keep in mind, if I'm having a really awful time and I'm just not having fun, then I might not keep playing it. You know what I mean? I don't want to completely suffer through it, and then people are like, wow, this gameplay is shit because Phil's not having fun. Then that's the case, then I'm probably not going to keep playing it. But we're going to see what happens. I'm going to give it another shot. I just, in particular, wasn't feeling it on Wednesday when I was playing that game. I played a little bit of it, or what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it was Tuesday when I was playing that game. I played some of it, and I was like, you know, I played about 2.5, 3 hours, and I was like, I need to take a break, and I thought I was going to go back to it, and I just didn't feel like going back to it in particular. So, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to try it again, but as of now, it's really not, I don't know, I'm just, for whatever reason, it's probably me, I'm not liking it for whatever reason. I don't think it's any fault of the games or anything like that. And by the way, what that means is if I don't beat World Tour mode, or if I don't try the online play, I'm not going to review the game. I mean, that would be unfair for me to review a game that I don't try out all the different modes. And going along with that, a lot of people have been asking me to review Syndicate, and the bottom line is I'm not going to, because Syndicate is a game that, from what I've heard, there's lots of co-op campaigns online that you can do, and they're actually better than playing through the single-player campaign, and they add to the value of the game. Well, I didn't get a chance to do those. So unless I get a chance to do those, I'm not going to review the game. That's unfair for me to review a game when I haven't played all the game modes, okay? So, what I'd like to talk about now is kind of like a really epic thing that's happening this week, coming up, obviously, and everyone knows pretty much what I'm talking about. The game that's been years in the making, we've been waiting for this. I'm personally extremely psyched for this game. Extremely. Like, this is #1 on my list of games this year right now is this game. And then, obviously, other games I'm sure that will pique my interest later in the year. But this is the game I was definitely looking forward to the most this year. Mass Effect 3 comes out on Tuesday this week. I am so pumped. I'm hoping that, you know, because I'm so excited about it, that's going to come through in my playthrough of the game, and it's going to be a really good playthrough. Keep in mind, I've played Mass Effect 1 and 2. I have all that save data on my Xbox 360. That's going to apply to Mass Effect 3, and I can't wait to see what they do with things like, for example, the Rachni. Will they come back? Will they save Shepard in his time of need because I spared them in the first game? What about the choices I made in the last game where I saved all of the characters? You know, at the end of the game, I got like the better ending because everyone survived. Is that going to come into play? And so I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in Mass Effect 3. You know, one thing that I'm actually really interested in is, remember in Mass Effect 1 you could possibly have to kill Rex. Well, Rex is apparently a huge part of the story in Mass Effect 3, so if he died in Part 1, how does that affect the game? Does it completely change what's going on in the game? I'm interested to see that, although I don't have a playthrough of Part 1 where he dies, you know, saved anywhere, so I'm not sure how I'm going to figure that out. But, yeah, I'm very interested in playing this game. I'm going to give it a shot with the Kinect controls, or it's not really controls, but the Kinect voice commands. I now have a little bit better understanding of how they work, even though, keep in mind, they didn't explain how they really worked in the demo, and that's why I didn't understand how to tell my teammates how to do different attacks. But I'm going to try it with that, and if it really fucks up and fails, then I'm just going to not use it. But we'll see what happens with that. So it's like the countdown for me. I know it's 4 days to go until we get to play Mass Effect 3. I'm super excited. Some people have asked me, what am I going to do regarding midnight launch? Well, right now I don't even know if my local GameStop has a midnight launch for it. If they do, I'm going to be very interested in doing it. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to do it, but I'm very interested in it. There's a possibility that I may. So we'll see what happens with that. If there is a midnight launch, I'll announce it to everyone, and we'll see what happens. So there might be a midnight launch and some really early gameplay of Mass Effect 3. If not, definitely, you know, on Tuesdays when you're going to see that gameplay, okay? And so what I want to say is, I mentioned this in my weekend preview this week, but I want to reiterate it now in a video that everyone's going to watch. I'm taking time off next week because my girlfriend's coming to see me. Like I said, once a month she comes to see me. So basically, what you're going to see is you're going to see the Mass Effect 3 playthrough here on DSPGaming, and then you're going to see Street Fighter Cross Tekken on my DSP Street Fighter channel. You're going to see some gameplay of that, okay? And then hopefully, I'm hoping I beat Mass Effect 3 by the end of Thursday. I don't see how it could take longer than 3 days to beat it, but we'll see what happens. But my goal is to beat it by the end of Thursday, and then during the course of the weekend, you're going to see Ratchet and Clank gameplay. Remember, we started All for One. My girlfriend and I, Panda Lee, started the playthrough of Ratchet and Clank All for One the last time she was here. So we're going to continue along with that this weekend. And then there's a possibility also, if we beat that, that we may do some Mario Party 9 gameplay, because Mario Party 9 actually comes out on Sunday. So we may do that, but it's not guaranteed. Obviously, we're spending time together, and it's not all about just playing games. So we'll see what happens. But I just kind of want to throw that out there. Don't expect normal kind of gameplay next week. John Rambo won't be coming over or anything like that, because I'll be busy, you know, with personal time, basically. So, outside of all of this stuff, 2 more things I want to talk about. And the first thing is Project 7 Episode 2. And this is really the first time I'm talking about it outside of, you know, the weekend preview. But now it's been out for 5 full days, and it has over 166,000 total views accumulated. That is awesome. And I mean, it actually, I tracked it versus how the performance of Episode 1 did. It actually got more views in a shorter amount of time than Episode 1 did. Episode 1 didn't get to 160,000 views that first week. It took a while for it to accumulate slowly. So thank you to everyone who's seen it. Thank you to everyone who spread the word about it. We currently have written Episode 3, and I'm in the process of typing up the script so that I can send it to Respect the Pact, and probably very soon, probably early next week, I'll be meeting with them to go over the details of Episode 3. And it looks like we may be filming it around mid-March. So what this means, and I knew this was going to happen, okay? We didn't make a promise that we were going to have an episode every single month. But what's looking like is going to happen is, if we do get to film at the time that we want to, Episode 3 will more than likely be coming out the first weekend of April. And by when I say that, I don't mean April 1st. I mean the weekend of April 6th, 7th, and 8th there. And more on that as it approaches, because obviously we need to film and everything before I can make any promises. But it'll be about a week off, you know, from the once-a-month schedule that we've set up for ourselves. Simply because there's too much stuff going on. We were busy with certain stuff. I'm taking personal time this weekend. We also have to schedule so that when we can all do it together, and we need, you know, actors and stuff who can show up. So it's probably going to be coming out that first weekend of you know, April 6th, 7th, and 8th. But more on that as it approaches. But anyway, again, Episode 2, so far it's a big success. A lot of positive feedback. Almost everyone agrees that it's better than Episode 1. And it seems the people who disagree, the very small few who say Episode 1 was better, don't have any legit reasons why, besides, oh, we didn't like the gameplay. People, you know, Episode 1, everyone says, oh, the acting's too stiff, so try to do something that maybe you're a little bit more loose at. So then we try to do improv during gameplay, which is what we're used to doing, and then everyone, these same people complain about it in Episode 2. It's like, you're never going to please everyone, and we know that. But we're pleased with what we put out. Seems like the majority of people really enjoyed Episode 2, especially the increase in length, the fact that there was some more improv on the fly stuff rather than it all being scripted. And Episode 3, you're going to see we're going to blow it out of the water. It's going to be totally, you know, it's the series is officially starting, right, the way I see it, in Episode 3. Episode 1 and 2 were just the introduction to everything that was happening. Episode 3 is where we're going to kick it into high gear, and you're going to see a lot of gaming references, a lot of things like that, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So Episode 3, you know, coming in April. And thank you again with Episode 2. Please continue to spread the word. I know that a lot of people are like, well, people don't understand what the series is. I really think that once people, you know, get hooked on the series, they're really going to enjoy it. It's that it had a rough start with rebooting this 2-year-old series and trying to explain to people what that was, and I understand why a lot of people didn't get episode 1, but I really think episode 2 on are really going to catch on to a more widespread mainstream audience. Okay? Last but not least, one quick thing. I want to quickly address it here, but I am going to do a special video regarding this whole subject very shortly. The fighting game community, the status of what's going on with the fighting game community right now, and a lot of drama and stuff that's happened over this past week in particular, and a lot of people have asked me, what do I think about it, what are my feelings on it. In fact, in particular, because some stuff happened at this reality web series called Cross Assault that actually some people were asking me if I was going to be on it because they thought it would be cool if I was on it, but I had no real interest in doing that. So what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be doing a special video probably tonight, if not, you know, over the course of the weekend, but I will be doing a special video addressing my feelings about the fighting game community, these issues that have been going on, what I feel about them, but also, in general, the way the media has been covering the stuff that's been going on with the fighting game community. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are, all of a sudden, in the mainstream gaming media, so we're talking Kotaku, we're talking Penny Arcade's, you know, reporting website, whatever the fuck it is, in like every form of media that's covering games, they're all basically now saying that some really bad stuff happened this week regarding some sexist remarks, sexist comments that were made, racist comments that were made on streams on this reality show this week, and that all of a sudden it's coming to light that what a horrible, inclusive, racist, sexist community the fighting game community really is, and this is why it's not, you know, it hasn't broken into the mainstream per se as much as it's wanted to, and all this, you know, sponsors and all kinds of stuff won't sponsor them because of this, and here's the thing. I'm in a unique perspective because I used to be heavily involved in the competitive fighting game scene, and I was a major part of that community for a very long time, and now I've kind of stepped outside of that, and I can see it from an outside scope and an outside view, you know, without the blinders on being that, oh, I'm a fighting game player. I can see it from a more mainstream perspective of what's going on and how people are viewing what's going on. So I want to address all this stuff, and it's kind of like, it's like, you know, it's something I have to get off my chest because it's something I've wanted to say about particular things regarding the fighting game community for a while now, but because I've been so busy doing stuff, my own thing on YouTube, it's never really been something that I've, you know, jumped on the chance. I think this is the perfect chance to bring some of this stuff out into the forefront. So look for that video soon. I can't promise it's going to be out tonight because I have to think a little bit about what I want to say, but it might be coming out tonight. If not, look for it soon, and hopefully it'll, for everyone, for people in the fighting game community, for people who are in it and are wondering from the outside what the hell's going on, it'll clear up a lot of stuff. Okay? Alright, so that's it for this channel update. Hope it was informative. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is the day when John Rambo comes over. We'll have a new episode of Smart Guys. We're going to have more co-op gameplay of X-Men Legends coming up tomorrow. So it's going to be a jam-packed day full of content. Be sure to tune in. I'll see you guys then. Thanks a lot.